Hello, 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 everybody. How are we all today? Not that anybody's here because I set this up about 3 minutes ago, but you know, most of you know that I try and do this on a Saturday, so uh, who knows? But I guess we should start with prayer. So, Lord, thank you for a good day. Uh, Thanks for getting up at time. Help me through the day. Help people listening through the day. Let us have a good show, good conversation. In your name, amen. Okay, so yeah, what do we got left on here? Uh, Basically, I think I should be doing the window here, and that's panel two. Okay, so I guess we want to add a layer. Okay, so first, actually, we have some curtains that were here. Let's see whether we can get look. Okay, so we just have a couple bars going across. I'm not sure whether we've got enough to see. Well, we might have enough to see the one edge there. We'll see in a sec. Okay, so I want to make that a little thicker than 6. Let's try for 10. Yeah, I like. Okay, so let's grab our eraser, make it a little smaller because we don't want to see that line in there. We don't want to see that line. Well, come in here a little bit, and I want to actually just copy this bar exactly. Control C, Control V. Now we just want to do. Okay, I think I'm gonna need to rotate that slightly. Okay, I think that looks good. Okay, so there we go. Good fun. There we go. And let's take one more look at this. Yeah, that's, I think, wide enough that you're not going to see. So let's grab the curtain gray. And then that's the other thing that we got to worry about is the outside of that window. So let's see. Let's see. Uh, Make sure everything is good along there. Just a little bit right on there. There we go. Okay, so now we just need to figure out. Yeah, I'm gonna put. Back down here. Let's do our lines. And this is supposed to be the curb on the road. Uh, layer here. Hey, Alpha. Well, for you it might be, but you got to remember it's 9:14 for me, not 8:14. And I've got to get this done because I've got, we'll say 19 pages, 19, 18, and a bit to do before the end of the campaign. And then at the end of the campaign, I'm going to have 3 pages to do, which will have people hopefully in that we know. Because here's a mock-up of page 7. It's not complete, but for the various people to buy spots in the congregation, being in the church is a reward for backers. Yeah. Well, you got to back that tier. I think it's probably going to be $100 tier, somewhere between 50 and 100. I'm not sure yet. I got to start doing the campaign and figuring out all that stuff. However, although you're the only one here, maybe this is a good time for a little media source.
Be prepared for on Saturday, July 5th, 2025. He is coming to Fund My Comic!
Well, I think you should know, but that's obviously to gain, hopefully, some people's attention. What am I working on right now? What comic am I working on? That's just a teaser trailer. Canadian Shield. Yes, Canadian Shield. A lot of ways I want, and that's exactly it. It's like, I do want people asking, who is he? Building up the anticipation. I got like a month to make the, just over a month to make up. So probably I'm gonna this next week. That I did in like half an hour or less. What's going on, Rick? I'll show you what's going on.
Be prepared for on Saturday, July 5th, 2025. he is coming to fund my comic!
I need to turn that down a bit. Or my audio, anyways. Well, that is the teaser trailer. I've put that up on a few places. My shows over the next week are going to get it played. And also, for Canadian Shield 3, there's going to be a draw-in tier. You can be one of 10 people in the church. This is just a mock-up. And not only do you get to be on this page, there's 2 other pages where you will be appearing as well. Oh. Did you did your first couple campaigns on Indiegogo? Yeah, I did. Was there a particular reason switching to Fund My Comic? Well, one, Fund My Comic wasn't around then, and I just want to also want to see whether it's, I guess, any better for raising funds. Support it. Indiegogo has given a bunch of people the shaft. I'm not opposed to trying them again or using them again. It's just like I've used Kickstarter. It's not the first one, technically. I did do. What did I do? Oh my God. Let me find my comment. Come on. Beep, 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 beep. Okay. My campaign. Yeah, I did a secondary campaign for Canadian Shield 2 and Snowdrift 1 there. But that was after my campaign on Indiegogo. Uh, and what, as long as it's done in time, anybody ordering, which it should be, will be getting also the ash can, the Canadian Shield ash can for free along with their purchase. Okay, so let's see. Let's which Alpha Proto is doing the drawing of. I think you've probably seen it already, but let's bring it up. So yeah, there's page one of the ash can by so I'm gonna July 5th through about September 5th will be the campaign. Um and I'm thinking a delivery date of I'm gonna probably end up saying November just because I'm not sure. Although he's got some work done on the other pages, those last three pages, I want to make sure they're done, and I got to get them colored. Yeah. Eventually, there's going to be an ash cam for all of my major characters. Okay, so now I need to. Which panel is this? What's panel two? Panel two or panel one will do, I guess. Outside texture. Let's see. I don't think it says what the texture is. Okay, so okay, so we need some grass texture here. Let's see whether we can actually get the colors for the grass that I used. Used a couple different colors. Let's go grab the darker one. Add it in. Okay. So yeah, we're going to be starting to gear up for that. So bugging out has been replaced by this. Work on lesson on Bible stories is going to be put down too, and probably on the chill stream. I won't call it, shields up, but we will probably be doing coloring on that too. Okay, so now we gotta find. I'm not sure how I did this. Let's go here. Move up a bit so we can get the road and again get the color from that. So I got a lot of work over the next, well, few months. So obviously this needs to be colored completely by. Does that look like? No, that doesn't really look like. Yeah, I hear you. It seems like the workload never ends when it comes to comics. Yeah. I don't like that. Let's see. Droplets. No. Okay, where is... There's multiple... How do I get it so I can see all the different things here instead of just one? Oh, pavement mark maker. I happen to get the right one. Yay. Okay, so except for shading and lighting on this page, there we go. There might be one thing I have to do on page one here. That's page one. I need to put the picture in behind him here. Now, obviously, well, maybe obviously, maybe not. I did not do I didn't do the artwork, although I edited some of it, and of course, I did all the coloring. Well, except for this picture, I just grabbed this picture that's behind Canadian Shield offline. Okay, let's... Making a few folders here. Main... Shading... And lighting. Now we're going to copy those into each place that we have to do that stuff. Because that way I don't have to make those folders again and again and again. Well, I have to make them. It's a little easier making them this way. just, paste. Copy and paste. Okay, so panel 5. And I might have to flatten all the inking work in each panel too. Okay, so this page could actually be done today. Maybe a little bit of starting on page 3. But how are you today, Massive? I'm not sure whether I asked. So yeah, in doing that for the campaign, that means all except for 3 pages are done, and those are the pages where I need to know if anybody is going to be buying. Anybody buys the tier for reward, whatever you want to call it, for getting drawn in, which is going to be probably be somewhere between 50 and $100. Yeah. Okay, so shading. We're working on John Sims here. For shading and lighting. Okay, that's his hair. I don't think we really need. I'm doing okay. I'm actually trying to rush finish a page before my wife and I have to meet with her friends this evening. Wish me luck on finishing in time. For sure. Blessings on finishing. We can pray for that at the end of my stream here. I that's Oh, that's the skin layer. Jeez, I thought the skin layer was. Let's try and use. Colors we've used before. Okay, so shading. Uh, shading. Select that brush a little. Well, let's see. You know what? As much as I want to do it, I want to keep things consistent. I'm trying to do the cell shading, I guess it is. Yeah, I prefer cell shading on my work. I like sort of sometimes to blend it. I don't know. I guess we'll under his beard here. A little bit under his nose. A little bit under his hair here. Yeah, but definitely I'm going to have to search for colors to hire after I finish my first story arc. Penciling, inking, and coloring is taking way too much time. I hope I can afford a colorist. Yeah, colorists I think are cheaper than your pencilers and inkers. I'd offer my services, probably cheap. I'm not sure cheaply, but I got too much on my plate as is. Okay, so yeah, well, right now I've decided each. Yeah, I'm working on multiple titles, but I'm also lesser known Bible stories is when it's done, it's done. Insecto, yeah, has a bit of a timeline, but it is out there a bit. Um, but I'm probably gonna eventually have to hire a colorist too. I might end up doing that for Canadian Shield 4. I don't know. But and Canadian Shield 4 is going to be drawn and inked at least by Alpha Proto. But I you definitely want to be coloring the first issues of my comics. I would like to, anyways. That way. But yeah, but each of my comics is now going to be a separate campaign. Yeah, he is. Alpha, are you still here? Do you do coloring for comics? And I won't ask you on air. Well, I can ask you on air, but more just to tell me in DMs. If you do, what's your page rate for that? Okay, so I'm not going to have any special lighting for that, although we do want to. A little bit of lighting for the face. Did we get that pin? I don't think it. Do, 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 do. Okay, so not back. I don't think there's anything else we need to do on John Sims there. There we go. Okay, so white. Let's grab the we have it here. I need to probably come in here and put in a little bit of what shading. Not that anybody's gonna notice but me now. Okay. Yeah, there's something I gotta change here. Couple things that I didn't apparently get around to. Oh, okay. Now I definitely did I didn't have anywhere to do it there. Is there anywhere else on here that oh, I didn't finish off the coloring on that. Jeez. Uh-huh, yeah. Have you always used Flip Studio Paintwork? I used Photoshop to color, but I hear from a few people Flip Studio. I did use Photoshop Illustrator, I think, for a while till I found out about Clip Studio. I saw people using it. It's very similar, but I do think it is slightly better to use. I think it's more intuitive. There might be a little bit of a learning curve. I picked it up pretty easily, and there's stuff out there to tell you different things. Like here, grab a blank page. Like it, especially if you're making a comic, I'd say it's better. Let's go new. Let's a single page. So take it this, right? Or the tool here, frame border. I'm not sure whether you can do this with Adobe, but right there, I can make one big frame, right? It's gray. We make that black. Now, you can even adjust the brush size. Like I can make it thinner, or I can make it thicker. I think I was at 30, right? I was at 60. Let's see. Yeah, that was higher, definitely. But and then the other thing you can do is you can take this and you can you won't be able to see this. There's a thing in it that you can divide frame border equally. So say I want it to divide that in half, two top, one top, one bottom. There. And you can get it so you can adjust the space in between. And even once you have this, is it this one? I forget which tool it is exactly. Uh, yeah. And then there's like you can take out, not that you can see it, take out the background. Uh, and then, you can, there's a layer here you can draw. All right. And then it won't go outside of the border. There's a way to make it go outside of the border too, but just trying to figure out how you forget how you select. Uh, there's, there is a way to select the frame, and then you can even move it up and down. I just forget what it is at the moment. I don't use it a lot. But anyways, yeah. And then take this frame here, right? I did that one division. I can go back in and I can tell it to again divide it equally. But this time I can choose either horizontally or vertically. I chose both. And now I've got 5 panels. Oh, there. I got this. Now I can but under this one here, it's like the object. I can now do that. Uh, and then with all the options in here, sometimes you can even get it to, I think there's one more. And then, yeah, oh, this is the first time I've done this, but yeah, then you can take different parts of the thing, or you can do stuff like that. And again, this is the first time I'm doing this stuff, but I guess I sort of knew with the stuff there, but it's the first time I've ever experimented with it. So yeah. Oh, but I did get some bad news yesterday. I cannot. They could not recover my data from my hard drive. I had all the original files for Canadian Shield 1 and 2 and Snowdrift 1, and I had a hell of a lot of pictures. Um, so, yeah, a little disappointing in that way. Yeah, and all the different layered information, too. That's what I really hate, that I don't have all that information now. Okay, so we're going to add a layer here. And we're going to color in his belt buckle. Um, I was able to recover the pages without the info, all the layered information, because technically I've done a reprint of number 1, I think, or no, I had to go in. I did recover them. Well, I think both. I'm not sure, but I had to go in and redo a bunch of the lettering, correct all the grammar mistakes and all that I made. So I had to work with the bubbles and stuff that I had instead of creating new ones. because yeah, I had the PDFs of them, so I was able to recover them that way. That's why it's always good to keep a digital copy of your comic or sell digital copies of your comic. Yeah, so I'm just getting a few things corrected here. But yeah, I had some files on there that I don't have now. That yeah, same here. I'm paying for extra storage for Google Drive as well. And actually, after these are done, okay, so I'm behind in the chat. I stayed up late and sleep. I mean, I'm behind in this shit. You're always staying up late and needing sleep, Alpha Proto. Although you won't hear that for a little bit because you're probably catching up on the stream with everything I said. Okay, I put these two colors on the same layer, but uh, Okay, let's. Let's. So let's see. Control X. Control V. There we go. See, I think some of that is John Sims. Okay, I'm trying to figure this. Okay, so what? Trying to. Okay, that is Canadian Shield stuff there, so. Okay, so we need to erase some stuff. Okay, there we go. Let's go back down to. There we go. Gotta love it when you gotta do corrections on. Or not corrections, or stuff that you missed. So, okay, so is that. Okay. Come up to. There we go. There we go again. Okay, that looks almost better. Okay. helps when I'm trying to erase it from the right layer. Uh, okay, so yeah, got to get more sleep. Okay, later. Just make sure to like, share, since I already know you're subscribed. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. Like it. Thank you very much. Hmm. Oh, but do. Okay, so we were about to before we got all we were in the middle of shading Canadian Shield. Do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, let's see what that looks like. A little bit over here can be done. There we go. Okay, so there we go. Here we go again. I need to take that little bit out there, if I remember. I probably will because once I'm done all of this, I'll end up going over it with a fine tooth comb just to see if there's anything I missed. Better redo all that because I did it on the wrong layer. Oh, I'm hungry. Just something to eat after this. What's going on? Hmm. Why am I so tired? I don't know. Hmm. I did it again, didn't I? Okay. I think. Yeah. Should be able to get the background done. Yeah, I think I need to put another line in there. And a little bit of the picture in there too. Getting it done. I like it. Yeah, I didn't get quite as much done as I would have liked to today, but uh, I'm just gonna put this gray over the picture. Although we're gonna lighten it a little. There we go. Actually, you know what? There we go. Probably just a pillow at this point. Yeah. There we go. And we might as well just continue right here. do the whole light thing. And I'm not going to do anything for the wall for lighting. So panel 1, light it and shade it. So Monday, we should be getting this. I think this should be all done. We added the curtain in the window for panel 2 today. We tightened up the colors on panel 5. So, yeah, hopefully we have this all done. Eventually, I might, after I get this page done, I might go in here, page 1, add the picture of the horse, the cowboy behind him in panel 3 and panel 1. And define the corner of this room with the line. Actually, we'll probably do that now for this. Since we got a couple minutes. Yeah, that's good. So yeah, I think Monday we're gonna add the picture in here and hopefully get page 3 completely light it and shade it and light it. So yeah, okay, so yeah, let's per request. I know Massa, you were saying probably focus for Alpha, and then you were saying earlier about that you can get that page finished in time. Well, Lord, come before you, help Alpha to focus, uh, help Massive to be able to get that page done today, help him to focus and get that page done before he has to go out with his wife later to do whatever. And also just help us all in our daily walk and just be with us in your name. Amen. Okay, so we will see you. Yeah. We will all see you all Monday for sure. Tomorrow night I will be on the mic stand while we're reading some over some old comics. So we'll catch you all later. Bye for now. God bless. And no problem, Master. Anytime. God bless.